It's time for
DodgerHeads.
high fly ball into right field. Dodgers have won it all in 2020. Shohei Ohtani, 50-50 club. Strikes him out. There's a drive. Shohei Ohtani. Freeman hits the ball. She is gone. Birds of party, Los Angeles. Your Dodgers have won the World Series.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on, guys? Welcome into DodgerHeads Unplugged with Scotty G. Happy Tuesday. Hope you enjoyed that long weekend. Hope you enjoyed that Monday. It's good to be back. Good to have some R&R for myself. Chat, welcome in. Saw somebody in early. We appreciate you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Look, we've got some stuff to get into, some stuff that's been we've talked about a little bit on this channel in the past few days. Jeff Spiegel and they would try to, the guys over the weekend kind of touch base on this. Dave Roberts topics, Dave Roberts comments, stuff that, I really wanted to get into and save for today. I'm going to get into it a little bit tomorrow as well. I got a nice guest for us tomorrow. Little tease there. We'll talk about that. It's going to be a good discussion. So make sure not to miss that one. Look, didn't get a chance to talk to you all over the weekend. The Dodgers salvage a series with the Arizona Diamondbacks, thankfully, not Blake tomorrow, Eden, definitely not Blake tomorrow, which is, by popular demand. Blake Williams will be on with us soon. He's a dog. Happy that the Dodgers were able to salvage a win on Sunday. Didn't come in the prettiest fashion here. Let me fix something with my Wi-Fi real quick. think we'll be in good shape. But yeah, fun show coming up today. We're going to let everybody trickle in here. Shout out to the 200 early on. Be as engaging as you can, chat. We're going to have some topics for everybody to kind of chime in. I kind of want to get the pulse. You know me. I'm big on finding out where the people are at, finding out, because I'm pretty sure I know where people are at. People know where I'm at with this Dodgers team right now. But look, a lot of news happening now. Blake and Scott aren't fighting. We're chilling. We're good. We're good. Promise. Blake's vibing. He's been ducking grading my fantasy football teams, and that's been the biggest thing. So if you want to see us fighting, that's it. Yeah, I mean, look, Dodgers enter play today, September 2nd, 2.5 games up. Dodgers were idle yesterday. Padres lose. Had a tough injury there, Jason Adam. That's going to be a blow. They've got a couple down players there. Injuries suck, man, for sure. Dodgers 2.5 games up on the Padres here. The Philadelphia Phillies won. They won an absolute barn burner against the Milwaukee Brewers. So that's something to take note of. The Phillies, of course, are in the 2 slot in the National League race. And the Dodgers, I know what you guys like. We saw them last year with that bye, figure it out, and it was great. And this is a team that definitely, I don't know if they could use the rest. Every team could use the rest for sure. But more so, it's just a matter of teams that haven't experienced it, how do they handle it? And I think the Dodgers know how to handle that rest now. I think they have the formula with that. So I want that bye. Puts you in a better position going into the next round. Don't have to deal with the dumb wild card stuff. So that's where I'm at. I don't like the series, like the season coming down to that, short burst stuff and then short burst stuff. And then you finally get a chance to play ball in a 7-game series, which I think every single playoff round should be a 7-game series. That's just for me. Test the ball club, test your depth. It should be a test of those 7-game things. Random thoughts. We're just yapping here. I'm going to go through some early comments here early on like this. Yeah. So I'm going to put this up. I've talked about this a lot. I love this here. Good to see you, buddy. Rotation is the best it's been going into October, and that's repeatedly been enough for teams to win the World Series. 100%. Could be so much worse. It was worse in 24, and they won. So I've spoken with Anthony Witrato about this a number of times already. And you're not getting optimistic Scott coming in here, on the soapbox, telling you that everything is going to be all right. A lot of the boxes have to be checked. That's the thing we'll save till the end of the show here. But with where the starting pitching is at, this is as confident I've ever been, since for years. I say probably since Zach Greinke and Clayton Kershaw fronted the rotation. That's like the most confident I've been as far as like with having horses at the front, guys who can carry a rotation there. If the pitching is on, it's going to be a hard thing for teams to figure out. And that's where I'm standing. I'm going to let everybody know early on. But yeah, I totally agree with this sentiment here. It's definitely enough by all means. And I've got the stuff to pull it up. Like, and not a lot of people are going to gloss over what the Dodgers did this month, in August, just because it was a stretch where they're finding a couple things out here. Starting pitchers for the month of August. This is what we've waited for all season, guys. Chat. This is fifth in starting pitching innings, 156.1 or 156 and a third. It's just that's bulk. That is fourth in the National League, behind the Phillies, Marlins, which is remarkable, Cubs, and the Dodgers innings. Team ERA in that stretch, the batting average allowed 216. ERA in that stretch combined from them, fourth in the league, second in the National League, 3.28 ERA combined from the starting rotation. So that's something that I'm hanging my hat on. We all should. You should know that the starting pitchers are going to come out and they're going to shove. They're going to take care of business, and that's what the Dodgers can expect. I tweeted that out I think a month or so ago that the pitching starting to come into form. It's on the offense now, and that's going to be the repeated theme with this team is where does this offense fall in? Because the starting pitching is definitely taking care of business. I feel like they have a deep club on the starting pitching front now. Injury concerns, knock on wood, always. Things can happen anytime, but seem a little bit, in the rear view. That's probably going to be like if there's a depth chart of concerns, fifth on the list, sixth on the list. It's down there. I think they have enough arms, and with them, how Emmett Sheehan's pitched as of late, I feel like even on the back end, I feel very confidently here. Let's keep going through these. I love what you guys are having good conversation and early here. Let's see. He says, what's up, Scott? Hope he finds a way. Trust Tron and Vessian, maybe Enriquez or Kopech. Yeah. A lot of questions here so far. Definitely a lot of questions about, that back end of the bullpen here. And who is going to be reliable, what positions they're going to be slotted in at the back end here. Matt says, worry about high leverage bullpen arms. Sure. Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to figure it out. Tanner Scott, his post-game stuff is funny because he's going through it definitely. Corbin Carroll is the boogeyman to him. No fastballs down the middle, Tanner Scott, putting him on a tee for him. And that's what he's been doing to him. Several big spots. All right, let's get this going. Again, welcome in. Do me a quick favor. We're on the road to 100K subscribers here at Dodger Blue. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I would like to direct everybody to take a look at the content that DodgerBlue.com has been putting out article-wise. Been some great work there. And this is kind of where I'm sourcing a bit of my first segment here. Matt Borelli put up a piece a few days ago, actually yesterday for that matter, about Dave Roberts' comments about the Dodgers being able to flip a switch. And welcome in, guys. Good to see you. Matt, Laura, Eden. What's up? Lucas. The Dodgers being able to flip a switch. Now, when Dave Roberts answered this question, he's had a little bit of frustration. I'm sure he's really frustrated at this time, and I would be too. And he said, quote, he asked if, the Dodgers would prefer to, treat each game equally if they're able to flip a switch. That was the question. Yeah, people said no switch, no such thing. And can they turn it on when the lights are brightest? I mean, there's a little bit to it. I'll preface with this. When the Dodgers have needed a series, they've been able to do it. It's their ability, their record against teams, sub-level teams that they're playing down to their opponents. But when it's against opponents that they've got to step up to and they feel the pulse, they've been playing them. They've been playing their, some of their best brand of ball. And when they don't, it just looks sloppy. Bad news bears stuff where you're like, how in the hell are the Los Angeles Dodgers playing this type of baseball? So there is something to it. Laura right here says, no switch, no such thing. And I get that. I understand that. Makes you angry. And yeah, Ian says this. I think there are good things about the switch, but then the question becomes, what if they can't flip it? All valid. Everything's valid. I want to know, chat, is that type of, with what the Dodgers have done against good teams, we'll say good teams at this point. We know what teams are good teams, bad teams. With what the Dodgers can do against good teams and how they've stepped up there, they've got a good record against the good teams. What about when it's bad teams? Dave Roberts saying that the Dodgers can flip a switch. So he says, quote, "It is, but I do think a switch can be flipped, but it doesn't feel good saying that because there's a certain way you go about it or about things, and each day should be equally important. Every little play, pitch should be equally important. How do you anything or how you do anything is how you do everything." That adage, I believe in that. So Dave Roberts says that. Again, chimes in, says it's a long season, ups and downs for sure. But the flippant nature of how the Dodgers have carried themselves, is it reassuring that Dave Roberts thinks they can flip a switch in what we've seen the Dodgers do against good teams? Or what about, is it concerning that when the teams that they should absolutely beat up on, Colorado Rockies, flood them. You shouldn't be doing anything. You should flood them in the first few innings and never look back. You shouldn't be getting shoved by pitchers with 5.5 ERAs. Just should not happen. Should not happen. You should wear them out, get them out of here like we've seen in years past. Or is it reassuring, knowing what they've done against the good teams, that when that flip, that switch is flipped, they can do it? I'd say it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both, and not from a team like this. Something that I can't stand seeing. It pisses me off. It makes me mad when you go in there and 3-4 innings in against Arizona Diamondbacks pitchers, Eduardo Rodriguez, just can't be happening. Just can't be happening. You should just make him Yasiel Puig on the mound and spike his glove right into the rubber and walk off. Craig, what's up, man? Good to see you guys. So it's a little bit of both. I'm gonna be right there, say it's reassuring that he sees that, but it's highly concerning that they also are still playing down the teams, looking around. So there's a lot to dive into about it. Teoscar Hernandez I'm going to say it's a benching for sure. He deserves it. He's been ass. He's been bad. I'm not going to sit here and act like Teoscar Hernandez is absolved of anything. He's been playing terribly. Body language wise in the outfield, he's ticked it up in recent as of late, but offensively, the difference is that Teoscar Hernandez was signed to do a job, to be a force. And he's just not. He's just flat out has not been a force, and he needs to be. So if that wakes him up, cool. If it doesn't, then he's going to have to figure something out. Lights shine brightest. But I still believe in Teoscar Hernandez's ability to show up when the lights are on. That's how it is. But I'm going to pull this down. So Dodgers open a stretch against the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight. Early game, 3:40 p.m. Pacific. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. 2.5 games up. You have a chance to stretch this lead out to 3.5 games. Dodgers take one, and Padres lose. Keep it right where it's at. They split. Whatever. Clayton Kershaw on the mound. I need to see them. I need to see them come out hot, and that's what I need to see. I want to put up some comments here about Teoscar real quick. I know a lot of people feel the same way. Yeah, he says outfield might be something like call Edman and Pages. I don't know if they would flat out bench Teoscar like that. Yeah, TQT says Teoscar has an OBP under 300. That's crazy bad. Yeah, it's been crazy bad. He's just not. He's not performing. And I think he's been over the weekend. He was poor. He was bad over the weekend. He was bad. Yeah, he never hit 0 for 7. So two games, nothing, small thing. But even the last 2 months, I was yapping with Blake last night. Shouldn't have done that. Mistake. But yeah, since July and the second half, Teoscar Hernandez has been qualified hitters, third lowest WRC plus. Slim margin. let's just say, yeah, 4 points above Teoscar, or 4 points above Michael Conforto. So definitely a different thing. We're peeling the layers back of the season, guys. All of the people that earned that run, it's all gone now. It's all gone for this season. I believe in them in the biggest spots like Teo, Mookie. But at this point of the season, you got to find consistency. If not, then it's like, even though to the players, like a lot of problems can't be fixed at this point. You got to push something towards the offseason. But I still believe that he'll show up when stuff matters. Yeah. Laura, this is Laura says this here. Why is Teo benching public, but Conforto has been dragging us down all year is BS. So there's some stuff that I can answer this the best way I can. Teoscar Hernandez is an everyday player. Michael Conforto is a platoon bat that is playing on borrowed time with this team. And he's not, something's going up behind the scenes as far as like attitude or, effort. We can see it when you get a manager talking about a player's effort, then you got bad news. That's bad news stuff there. That's something that's like, you pause it immediately. I'm not going to get into Conforto. We know how bad he's been. He shouldn't have been on this team for the last few weeks. Trade deadline, they should have answered that. It just, as far as injuries, I don't need to cook on that topic. I've already made it loud and clear. Like, he shouldn't be on this team just because of injuries. That's why he's on the team, not because if the front office still believes in him for whatever reason, then they're looking at stuff that I clearly can't see, and like it's ridiculous at this point. We're not going to go there. But Teoscar Hernandez is an everyday guy. He's expected to be an everyday guy. He's paid to be one of the best hitters in Major League Baseball. 20+ million a year. He's paid to go out there and slug. Defense aside, if your offense is there, if you're playing like an all-star caliber hitter or near that level, I don't care what you do defensively. Don't care what you do defensively. You could be throwing your glove at the ball, but if you're ripping the cover off it at the plate, it does not matter. And he's not doing either one right now. Defensive plays ticked up as of late, but I couldn't care less. He's paid to hit. So Dave Roberts addressing that publicly in the media. Blake Williams in the chat agrees with this, that it's a problem, and he's not performing on that end. And he is a big piece right in the heart of that order with Will Smith not hitting consistently. I know he had the walk-off, but not hitting consistently. Teoscar Hernandez has to step up. But I'm going to save my thoughts on as far as some lineup regularity after this next thing. Yeah, let's get back to it. Chat, put me some of your best comments there. Give me a second. I'm going to favorite some of these here. Let's see. Give me a sec. Yeah, because like Teoscar had dealt with the groin. If he's still hurt, it's people have said, but Blake's big on this. If he's hurt, why is he still playing? I think it's just, he's in a rut. There's probably a lot there. Teoscar Hernandez, like 30% K rate. He's been among the worst. With runners in scoring position, he's been putrid this year. Complete 180 from what he was last year. He was one of the most reliable bats early on. Chill out, Blake. I'll make you hop on the show. Let's see. All right. So put a pin in that. Put a pin in the Teoscar stuff. Chat, your fire today is remarkable. I love it. Okay. I want to get into this now. Clayton Kershaw and Carmen, I'm going to try to say his name right, Mlodzinski. I think I got that right. He's been great. He's a hard thrower, righty, 26 years old. Carmen Mlodzinski. He's a stud. Last 7 games out, 17 2/3, 2.04 ERA. He can pump. So yeah, Jason asked if we're facing Skeens. Yeah, in the 3rd game of this series there, that is who the Dodgers are going against. Paul Skeens. Definitely. JF, thank you. Great alternative show to the terrible Rich Eisen show on 710. I mean, I like Rich Eisen a lot, but I appreciate you tuning in, man. Thank you. TQT says Pirates have some good arms going this series. Yeah, they certainly do. Chat, do me a quick favor. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell here. Best way to get a hold of me on here is super chat. If you got some strong thoughts, toss me those super chats. I'll direct this show however you want to go. If you got some real fiery, toss it in there. Let's do it. But Majinski, he's not going to go deep into games here. He definitely is, multi-inning guy. Last time out, like, look, he's airing it out. Then they're kind of going to the pen. So my point with this, last few games for Majinski, 3 innings, 2 innings, 4 innings, 2 innings. So you get my drift. We're talking about, hopefully he gives them some length. He's a young arm, so they're not going to give him the longest of leash, but he's given them quality when they do it. Strikeouts for him has come on as of late. Throws a hard fastball, right? We're talking upper 90s here, like 97, 98, can ramp it up. You're going to see good slider, good change. I'm excited to watch this. The Pirates have had some good starting pitching as of late. They've got some arms. Clayton Kershaw, don't need to get too much into that. He's been great. He's been nice. Run prevention's terrific. Point with this is that the Dodgers have to battle. They've got to battle, get through those first few innings, and they've got to crush once the bullpen hits for the Pittsburgh Pirates. In this last month, or since in the second half, I've got pulled up here. In the second half, the Pirates bullpen, 166 in a third innings, third in Major League Baseball, 4.71 ERA. Dodgers got to crush. Dodgers got to go out there. They've got to get Majinski out of the game early on, get to the bullpen, make it a barn burner, immediate for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I don't know. Kershaw's not getting shelled today. Can't happen. He needs to go out there and be 22. You need the Pirates to go out, and they absolutely have to take care of business. I don't care what you got to do. Just need to make it happen. That's it. Yeah. But they can't. Can I be pessimistic for a second? And I know chat always likes when I do that. If you're listening on podcast, thank you. Spotify, Apple, all of them. But if you're listening there, you're nodding your head that. What do the Dodgers usually do against pitchers they just don't see? They struggle. They struggle, man. They absolutely struggle. And I can't have another letdown like that. It just will not happen. The next few days, we'll talk tomorrow about, this pitching matchup, Majinski, Ashcraft, Braxton Ashcraft tomorrow for the Pirates. And then you get Skeens on Thursday. Man. Oh, perfect. This right into it. Dodgers are struggling against bad starting pitching and bad teams because their discipline goes out the window in said matchups. Hence why they're able to compete against elite pitching. They're taking their walks and running up pitch counts. Yeah. Game plan. Got a game plan. You got to go up there and treat it like every single thing. It all matters. It all damn matters. You've got to go out there with a good game plan and not just say, I'm going to see what I see. You've got to go up there and treat this all every pitcher like you've got to get like the same job, get them out of the game. If the game plan is to attack early, then you attack early. It's all indicative of the matchup that's presented in front of them. Majinski's out here not going very deep into games. So guess what? He's going to air it out. So he's going to be pounding the zone. You can expect him to be in the strike zone. So you got to punish that. You got to punish those mistakes. He hasn't worked length. And if he's trying to do that, then he's going to be trying to work the edges. But right now, Majinski tonight, or later this afternoon, is going to be pounding the zone. So expect the Dodgers to be aggressive in the zone, work on that hard stuff there. Yeah. So chat, do me a quick favor. What are expectations for today? Not tomorrow, not for the series. I just want expectations for today. Clayton Kershaw, Carl Majinski on the mound for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Kind of what are your expectations there? What is something that, you're going to see, you need to see out of a team? What are you going to see out of a team today? That's what I want to see. I'm expecting a win. I'm expecting the offense to put up some runs. I'm going to say 5. Say 5 runs for the Dodgers here. Clayton Kershaw, what did he go his last time out? Here? 5. 1 earned. I'm gonna say 5 again. I'm gonna say 6 for Kershaw. 2 earned runs. 5 punch. 5 punch outs. Let's see. Matt, expectation for bullpen to hurt and hold the early lead we jump on. Kirsch be Kirsch, bullpen lock it down. Let's see here. Eden says just got to grind it out early and often. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, player. Kershaw goes 6, gets another win. Sure. Laura. 5-4 Dodgers. Man. Yeah. 4 runs would piss me off. Allowing 4 runs would absolutely piss me off. I can't tell you. I don't know why. Blood's boiling. I need to see them just go on a run. Tired of it, man. Cooking with Cobb. Good to see you, buddy. Expectation. Need to see the offense look like they actually care. Yeah. Yeah. Blake, man, stop getting into this stuff. Blake Williams in the chat, fighting a good fight. Blake's so bored. Everybody tell Blake stop being bored. Super chat here from the sandwich. W name. He says, here's to hoping the Dodgers don't make bad pitchers look great today. Make bad pitchers look like Cy Young winners. Eduardo Rodriguez, man, the fact that he didn't have like break his neck watching line drives go over his head is something that's beyond me. Zach Gallen, I can understand because the Dodgers have struggled against Zach Gallen for a while. We talked about on Friday how the Dodgers, going into that game, Gallen has had a few games where he looked nice. So you ball knowers in chat, you knew what you were going into there. So I wasn't surprised on that one. I was surprised they got, I think, shuttied. That was something. But making bad pitchers, look good is something they just can't be happening. This is, Gallen always gives us trouble. Sandwich, thank you so much. Again, love the super chats. Thank you for sort of supporting me, supporting the channel. TQT says close win tonight with Kershaw putting up a quality start and the Dodgers winning 3-2. And we're still frustrated because we should score more. Yeah, gosh. Don't summarize it so well, TQT. Don't do that for me. Don't do that, man. Let's see. Great support on Twitter, YouTube today. Thank you, guys. Yo, chill. I saw that comment in there. Relax. Yeah. Carlos says they've seen Gallen 1,000 times. Yeah, man. But, day to day, we'll see how they do. It's always a different thing. When you're hot, you're hot. Yeah. Norm, this is the bucket of water. Based on recent performance, the offense will continue to sputter. We'll lose the series 2-1. Just being real until they show otherwise. Yeah. For sure. And watch, lose the first and the second, and then against Skeens, they scratch like 2 across and win 2-1. That's how they win. He says we'll lose the series 2-1. So yeah, I mean that's the one they win against Skeens. Put up 2, allow 1. That's crazy. Oh man. Let's see. Yeah, back to back and be pissed if they lose any game against the Pirates. We're at that point. Obviously, need to take care of business. Pirates are 61-77. Team you should just bully ball all over the place, but this is the last trip to the East Coast before the end of the season. Then they don't leave the Pacific Coast time. Then you're in good shape. Then you can reset yourself. You don't have to go all over the place. You get the 3 against Pittsburgh. Then you go to Baltimore to face the Orioles. Yeah, they need to take care of business against Pittsburgh. He says Majinski 3-7, 3.86 ERA, 74 punch. That was making him look like Cy Young. No other way. No other way about it, right? No other way about it. Seems like the consensus is that you guys think the Dodgers are getting swept. I'm gonna say that they 2 wins. Skeens will be a battle. They have to win Skeens. If they decide to hang out tomorrow, I won't be surprised. Need to win today. If they hang out tomorrow and beat Skeens, fine. I need a sweep, but 2 games is cool. Keep pace. Yeah, Orioles are hot. It's a trap series. Chill. Not yet, but it is though. Yes, Orioles have been playing really hot. All right, this is you guys have this. This about me so far. I'm big on chat interaction. Yeah, Laura, they're not getting swept. Not a chance. Chat feels like that sometimes. You guys are funny. All right. This is your time, guys. What box needs to be checked to feel confident during the final stretch? I don't care what it is. I don't care what you've got in the noggin. I need to see that. I need to know what would make you feel confident. Because the comments that I put up earlier in the show, talking about the starting pitching being as good as it's ever been, I would say for some years, we'll say like 10 years, right? 10 years easy. Going into the postseason, what do you need to see to feel confident? What box has to be checked for you to feel confident? And I'm going to rapid fire put these up here. Can be outside the box, can be give me an explanation on it, and I'll talk about it. But give me something. Because if the bullpen, you feel the bullpen's in a decent spot, then cool. I can be sold on that. If it's just Tanner Scott and Kirby Yates, Kirby Yates looks old, man. I thought he'd be great. I thought that signing was like, man, cherry on top. He looked like the biz, but he works a lot on deception and tunneling. And when the splitter and the fastball aren't there, you see what happens. He serves up stuff on a tee. But I like giving you guys a platform. I want to know what box has to be checked. Can't hide Tanner Scott. He's going to be in there one way or another. But Blake Trinan looks like the truth. And if they figure out a nice spot for Tanner Scott earlier in the game, it's cool. He's just later in the game. He's just been serving up meatballs, man. All right. Let's see. I need to know where everybody's kind of at. Let's see. Perfect. Dodgers got to produce at the plate. They have to produce at the plate. If Muncy and Kim come back and start raking, Freddie gets hot and Ohtani starts doing Ohtani things, they can put enough runs and be okay. Yeah. So I have to pull this up. Because, and you got, hold on real quick. You guys are funny. Drop Scott and Yates from the roster, make Trinan the closer. Look, they're not dropping Tanner Scott. Kirby Yates is someone that if he gets, a phantom injury, something happens, cool. But until they have to do it, they're not going to do it. Trinan has looked great. Father Time is indeed not catching up with Blake Trinan. Sweeper looks terrific. He found release point there. Stuff looks good. Very pleased with what I've seen from Blake Trinan. Just a remarkable ball player. Arm is just incredible for what he's done. Johnny says reliable bullpen arms. I feel confident with the bullpen there. It's just a matter of, finding those slots, finding those roles. Teams that don't have, it's always tough to look at teams like the San Diego Padres and teams that have set roles for their bullpen without having a set closer. That's tough to figure out because the Dodgers don't have a set closer. They just run out, who's for the moment. I think that it's this stretch that we get the exposure for those different guys to kind of see where everybody's at. But a little fun thing that pulled up. So, chat, who do we expect to see come back here in the next couple weeks or in the next week? Max Muncy, Hae-Sung Kim, Tommy Edman. And nobody fact check me. I'll be so mad if somebody fact checks me on this exact date. I'll be fuming. So I was looking through lineups last night, and Blake helped me figure this out. And he's probably going to, actually, and let me know that it's not this date. But with the opening day lineup, the last time they had Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, Max Muncy, Teoscar Hernandez, Andy Paez, hold your breath, Michael Conforto, and Tommy Edman, which would qualify as like the opening day lineup, like the starting 9 prior to the year where you're like, these are the guys, go into it. You guys know when that was? Chat, do you know when that was? Take some guesses. The last time that I looked, I found. If it's different, whatever. Then I'm wrong. And then I don't care because this is my segment and you're a part of it. When's the last time? Give me the date. What month? What day? Cool. It's been a bit. I'm going to give you a second to pull that, to think about that. Like I had a close one. It says home opener. People say home opener. June 1st. I'm going to let a couple more guesses come in here. Man. Yep, the big 9. When's the last time? Somebody said May 20th. Nah, Jason, you had it close, man. He said June 20th. June 24th against the Colorado Rockies. That's the last time that I found that the Dodgers had that starting 9 in a game. Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, Max Muncy, Teoscar Hernandez, Andy Pages, Conforto, Tommy Edman. And then, yeah, Jason, you almost had it, buddy. And then we got into the July 4th spot. Everybody was sitting pretty. And then what happened? It all went to hell. Muncy got hurt. Tommy Edman got hurt. Hesson Kim got hurt. All went to hell. Everything blew up. And that's where we're here. And that's how we got to September 2nd. And everybody's riding the roller coaster right now, whether it's up, down, good, bad, offense. We don't know what the hell they're doing on a day-to-day. My drafts in my tweets are just ready to go. They need it back. Perfect. Okay, so it leads me into my next thing. My box that needs to be checked. So I saw you guys put in here. I have some super chats I'll get to. The box that I have checked is that when Max Muncy comes back, Tommy Edmonds comes back, and Hesson Kim comes back, is a trimming on the roster as far as players. That might come at the sacrifice of possible playing time for Alex Freeland, right? Al Potter, thank you. I know, yeah, they just got to win, man. But Alex Freeland, Michael Conforto, definitely. I don't think he has a role in this team. He's here to do a platoon that he doesn't do well. Yada yada. I don't need to go into it anymore. But I think the best team comes with Tommy Edman in center field and him going out on a rehab assignment to make sure that ankle is in a great spot to be able to handle the rigors of playing center field. He's talked about himself how, acceleration is different in center field, how the front office and the training staff, they're going to make sure he's in a spot to play center field on a consistent basis. So that makes me believe that that's where he's going to be. He'll be in center field a lot of the time. Andy Pages will be in left. If they want to flip, I don't see Teoscar Hernandez going to left, but they're going to, if they want to flip, cool. But Andy Pages in left. He's a plus defender in left, plus defender in right. Arm plays. Metrics look better in the corners. Okay. So I expect Andy Pages to be in left, Teoscar in right. And then you figure out the rest. Okay. And then we get to see what some lineup regularity is all about again for a team that came into the year. We're talking about breaking records. And now they're talking about hopefully getting in the 2 seed, holding off the Padres. But injuries caused a lot of irregularity with the offense. A lot of guys who shouldn't be there, rookies that trying to get their footing, whatever, what have you. All right. So, yeah, Jacob here says, I would rather have no Tommy Edman than Tommy Edman on a bad ankle just for general roster flexibility and defensive alignment. Yeah, I mean, his ankle has to be good. That's why it's taken a long time. It looked bad. The second time he rolled that thing, it looked terrible. It looked really bad. So that's the thing that I need to make sure is good. And then Andy Pages gets propped up, put him in left. Second base opens the door for Kim. Freeland's got a glove. Max Muncy. Dodgers need Max Muncy offensively. So the final box for me is to get those guys back on the roster. Let them, get Mac. Yeah. Michael Johnson says Max Muncy hitting 5th. Get Max Muncy into the lineup and let them get some lineup regularity. Tongue twister today. And then we can see what they're all about. That's where I'm at. That's the box that has to be checked. Same thing happened last year. Get Tommy Edman healthy after the trade. Get Max Muncy back healthy, and then you can go. So that's the only thing. I don't care about anything else. Bullpen will figure itself out. Starting pitching's humming. Mookie Betts playing better. Shohei Ohtani's, incredible year offensively as overall. Struggled as of late. It's like the last 10 games. It's been poor. He'll figure it out. He goes through those. Those type of hitters go through those ruts. He'll be fine. Freddie Freeman doing his thing. Will Smith, pump on Sunday. But yeah, Andy Pages doing what we need him to do. Right time for Andy Pages for sure. Andy Pages is someone to go out there ambush a pitcher and be super frustrating because he can dive outside the zone. He can swat stuff to wait for his pitch. But yeah, Dodgers need to get Max Muncy and Tommy Edman back badly. All right. Shelly says we are not getting swept. Go Dodgers. Better hope not. They're not getting swept. Don't sweat it. Appreciate the super chat. Thanks, Shelly. It's great to see you today. You're always supportive on social media and coming in here. Thank you for that super chat. They're not getting swept. I'll just have to go out and take care of business here. Sandwich again says getting production out of either Kim or Freeland or call or a mix of all of them to be a spark plug. Yeah, Alex Call is going to do his job against lefties. His speed matters. His defense matters. Kim defensively is a thing of beauty, and his speed is going to matter. And I know we've talked about a lot on the show, and we've seen that the Dodgers will value, I think, a pinch runner into the postseason, which gives Kim a big boost of confidence here. His bat to ball in AAA has continued to translate. He's looked good down there. Bat to ball stuff, getting on base, always plays a good defensive run. So they've given him shots at second, left, center. He's going to be able to get moved around there. Do the math on that. What does that tell you about the rest of the guys on the roster, right? Who does that kind of push out? JY Kim, have Snell and Skeens faced each other before? I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure about that, but that's going to be a hell of a game. That's going to be a fun one to watch because you get Blake Snell and Paul Skeens, two big strikeout guys. Paul Skeens, we all should be fans of Paul Skeens. If you're not a fan of Paul Skeens, you're an absolute non-ball knower and you don't like baseball and you just can't stand the sport. You hate everything about it. Paul Skeens is a guy. He's a dog. Dude just steps up on the rubber and just pumps. Something about a big right-hander throwing fuzz. Gimme. Blake Snell's fun. I'm not giving you a pitch to hit. You're going to have to play to my stuff. It's the funniest thing in the world that if Blake Snell's like in a 3-1 count and he's like, open bag on first, he's like, not doing this. Put one outside. Get on first. Let's reset this. That's just the funniest thing to me because he just feels so confidently in that. Blank stare on his face. Looks like he just drank like 8 Red Bulls, did an all-night bender, and then just stares up at the sky and just throws 98, sits you down. That'd make me so mad. He's a beast. Love Blake Snell, man. All right. Let me get this one down here. JY, but thank you. Open it up to some questions. We'll do some questions today. Blake's going to get mad. 43 minutes, Scott. You're ridiculous. End the show. Give me some questions here, guys. Happy Tuesday. Real quick, do us a favor. A lot of my content today, I sourced a good bit of the quotes and a good bit of the drive from DodgerBlue.com. Our guys, our writers here, we do incredible work. Always a big nod to them. Matt Moreno, you guys putting great stuff out there on the writing side. So a lot of good stuff there. Quotes. We're the most honest, independent Dodger source you got. Appreciate you all coming in here. Monday through Friday, you can find me here. We're gonna have a good guest on tomorrow. And Blake says, go as long as I'm not heading to the stadium today. W. Blake. All right. I'll take some questions. I'll take like as many as I can before I gotta go. So again, chat, put it in there, all caps question, and then something behind that, whatever you want. Open forum here. I could put up the guest for tomorrow. We'll talk about that. Where are you? Where is he? There we go. Says, who is someone you're excited to chat with on the show soon? It's going to be Jacob. Jacob Brownson on the show tomorrow. We're going to get him in here. Resident ball knower. Popular on social media. He's got a great baseball mind here. We're going to dive into some stuff. So Jacob will be on with me tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. It's going to be a good chat. It's going to be a good time. So tune in tomorrow. Jacob, he's going to put that out there on social media as well. I'll make sure to remind you all. Make sure you tune in then at 10 a.m. We're going to get on here. Have a nice little crosstalk. That's what it's all about. Nice little crosstalk there. So Jacob, I'm excited to have you on here tomorrow, buddy. Chat, don't miss that one. It's going to be good stuff. All right. Let's see here. You guys bait me too much with these. Oh, man. Okay, I'll put this one up for Mr. Blakerino, just because he's still laying in bed crying about it. All right. Admin here to roast. I'm always down to roast admin. Jacob, let's do it. Salute, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be a good time. Oh, man. Great questions today. All right. I'll put this one up first because it's the most recent one, but I got like six of them saved. All right. TQT says, question, do you think they give Edgardo Enriquez a legit shot to see if he can be a late inning option? I do. I really do. I love, like, he's another version of, Brewstar here. All his stuff plays well. All his stuff grades out incredibly. We're talking about stuff plus territory where you go out there and it's among the best of what, any hitter is going to see. I have to pull this up so I can see, because the concern the last time we talked was his ability to get strikeouts. And that was something people always talk about in the post, about how, you're not getting strikeouts. How can you do this? How can you go out there and rely on them? But we see Brewstar succeed time and time again like that. Edgardo Enriquez, he's got 12 innings scoreless, blanking him. 8 punch. His last 3 outings here, though. Sorry, his last 2. So we talked about this early on, I think last week, early on in the week. Strikes out the side against Cincinnati on the 27th, just blew him down, no sweat. Against AZ over the weekend, allows 2 hits, gets a strikeout, and scoreless appearance. So I love the fact that he's able to just pump the zone. And just let the stuff play. I really do believe that TQT, he can carve himself into that role. You can go on a run where you're that hot, that you keep building on that. And with Tanner Scott, Kirby Yates faltering a bit, there's going to be kind of a shift. I would say Dave Roberts is going to start to go with kind of his own roadmap to who he can trust, who he can rely on, and audition for these spots here. So the more success that he has, I know he's 23, and you don't just hand the keys over to like a late inning leverage spot for a guy. But as you've seen before, TQT, guys can play themselves and pitch themselves into those spots. So as long as he keeps going on this run here and doesn't show, like, if he throws a hanger and a guy bangs it out, whatever, man. Stuff's going to happen for relievers. Stuff like that goes on. But if he goes out and comes into trouble, gets put into an inning and he's able to throw a sinker inside in the hands, blows up a bat, gets a double play ball, that stuff I want to see. I want to see him go out there with a clean inning and finish that inning, right? I don't want to see him go out there and when he gets traffic to just implode. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. All the things I want to see out of a young reliever. Don't let the pulse get too high. Let your stuff play. Live on the edges. He's got enough movement where he can and will do that. I expect it. So he's been perfect so far. He's been perfect so far. Jason always baits me into this one. How many more games does Michael Conforto play as a Dodger? I think, we have to wait until Tommy Edman and Max Muncy come back. And that's when they'll have to make some roster decisions here. They'll have to make some roster decisions here because they expanded rosters are here. Already used the 1-2. And we'll have to see. I can't give you the exact number of games, but his days are definitely numbered. If all things are on track. Laura says, Heaney or Bueller, who would you rather have acquired? Why did I do this? Okay. I'm just going to give you vibes based. It's always going to be Walker Bueller. But I have to explain that I know why that Walker Bueller signed with the Phillies, and I know why Andrew Heaney signed with the Dodgers. The road to carving out a spot with the Dodgers rotation, and Walker Bueller definitely not wanting to just sit in the bullpen and just pitch out of the bullpen for the last stand. Yeah, Eden, I'm with you. Okay, so preface, Walker Bueller. I would have rather had Walker Bueller because we've seen him do it before, and that's just, Walker Bueller, missed 21. He's a beast. But Lucas, thank you for that. Lucas, yeah, thank you, buddy. Thanks for that support there. It means a lot. But you don't have the runway. You don't have the wiggle room. We talked about earlier how much success the Dodgers rotation has had as of late. The road with the Phillies Zach Wheeler goes down. They've had a little bit of iffy stuff there with the Phillies starting rotation. So Buehler probably looked at his options. Minor league stuff was on the table, and he wants to pitch. He doesn't want to sit in the minors and go with that. He wants to get that minor league contract turned to a major league contract. And the road for Andrew Heaney is definitely easier to not pitch. And I would say that Walker Buehler wanted to pitch, and Andrew Heaney just wanted an opportunity. So that's where it's at. And that's squarely where I believe it. I would have rather preferred Walker Buehler because he's a beast and he's a dog, and we've seen him do it in the postseason. And he, shut down a World Series for us, and I'm forever grateful for it. But from his standpoint, he wants to pitch and contribute, and the Philadelphia Phillies have the 2 seed in the National League, and that is as clear of a run as you're going to get. So Walker Buehler chose the best decision for him. Eden says this, Walker Buehler, but it wasn't realistic. Sure, I agree. I agree with that. When you break it down and look at the road, it's definitely that Andrew Heaney was the one, and Walker Buehler probably, chose the path that was easier for him to contribute. He wants to pitch. He's a competitor. All Walker Buehler cares about is the postseason. That's what it is. Yeah. Blake says, yeah, Heaney is only here as an injury replacement. If a starter gets hurt, Buehler will actually play for Philly. Yes, agreed. Walker Buehler will contribute to the Phillies run. Whether positively, negatively, whatever. He'll be with them. He's eligible for the postseason. Yeah. All right. I think I'm going to do one more. Mr. Blake Williams here has been screening my texts for 2 days because I won't join my 3rd fantasy league. And I need everyone to boo that man out of my chat right now, because I'm not joining. I'm a 32-year-old man, and I have responsibilities, and I don't have time for a 3rd fantasy league. So everybody look Blake Williams in the eyes and boo that man. Boo. Get him out of here. I'm not doing it. Yeah, boo. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. So if you're listening after the fact and you're driving in your car, just boo him. I don't need to do a 3rd fantasy league. So look that picture in the eyes there, big Blake Williams, boo him. Get him out of here. Send him all the boo gifts you have. Not happening. I cooked in both of my leagues, and he wouldn't even grade my team. Some friend. Scram! Yeah. Love Blake, but boo. Get him out. All right. Jedi Engineer, come on, Scott. I ran 3 fantasy baseball leagues this summer. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's a lot. That sounds like a lot. I know it's been fun, but I just can't do it. No, I'm not afraid of Blake. Blake's afraid of me. There we go. Cool. All right, chat. I appreciate you. Great show today. It was fun, man. It was fun. Grade A yap sesh. So wherever you're at, glad you pulled up a chair, stayed a bit, driving in your car, walking around, at the gym. I appreciate you. Somebody said that prior. I appreciate everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back here tomorrow morning. No show for me on Thursday. Like I said, jury duty. Local government could shove it. We'll be there. Yeah, yapperoni and cheese. Appreciate it, guys. I will talk to you tomorrow. Jacob Brownson tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Don't miss it. Dodgers need to take care of business today. 22 is going to be 22. They need to go out here and take care of business. Shout out to all the support in the chat. Super chats. You're the best. Thank you. Yeah. Anything else? We'll take care of business tomorrow as well. 10 a.m. We're going to have a fun time. But as always, support the boys over at, DodgerBlue1958.com. Listen to us after the fact. The podcast network, you can find us Apple, Spotify, anywhere you can get your podcasts. We'll be there. YouTube posts after the fact. Comment down below. Let me know how you're feeling right now. Let me know that box you need checked to feel good at where we're at. All right. Sounds good. As always, guys, my name is Scott Geirman, Dodger Blue. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Go Dodgers.